It was my first game of the month. I was playing black, and I played a King's Indian against the D4. F3, I castled, and bishop to F4. And here, with bishop to E2, and I played queen to E8, because it's what I normally play in these types of positions. So I can play E5. Take, bishop G3, and I think about it for a bit and play C6. I was going to play knight H5 soon, but I wanted to wait for him to castle first. Here he played B4, and I decided to just take it. Oh, and he played FG3, which is a bit inaccurate, but nothing serious. I played queen to B7. I thought C5 was better, but he went B5. What's wrong with C5? Okay. B5, I just brought my knight over to F6. He played knight to D2. I played bishop to E6. A4, so he's expanding on the queen side. And I decided I'm going to fight him for the center files. Knight B3, bring the other rook. We have a rook trade. He plays A5, and I played knight to G4. Oh. Anyway, so in the game he played rook D1. So, bishop B4, and, what now? No. A6. Okay. What do you want? I played knight E3. Apparently I'm supposed to take. But I did this to force him to trade. And he should have gone queen D2, but he went queen D3. So now I can trade the queens, and then once the queens are traded, I can take the pawn. And she wants me to take the other pawn. It doesn't matter. I can just take that pawn. We have a trade. Actually, no. He played king F2. I played bishop F8 to bring my bishop out this way. And he decides to trade. And he went for this. But it's not fast enough because of this. Plays knight B5. Bishop B8, king to E3. Bishop C4. I don't need my king. My bishops can stop the pawn on their own. Bishop A6. King to D2. Take. Knight to C4. Take. All the pawns are start falling. Bishop D5. Bishop E6. King F3. F5. H4. E4 check. King E2, the other pawns start falling. H5, F4. F1, bishop C4. King D1, I took knight and he resigned. But, I was supposed to say my opponent was only 900. Like, my opponent was 900. And, given that he's 900, this was a really good game. Like, he played really strong. And it was just a couple inaccuracies he made that ultimately decided the game. And he lost a pawn, and he's goes for this. And here he can't do much, but this was a really powerful game. Next up, I have the sad game where I just get squeezed to death. B3, knight F6, bishop B2, and C5. E3, G6, knight F3, bishop G7, bishop to E2, and both sides castle. He plays B6, I play C4. He in Ketos, and we both bring out our knights. And I wanted to play D4 here, but let me show you. I got a little spooked by this. A little spooked by it. Now, we looked at it later. It does not really do much, but I was scared of something. Yeah, and if I ever take like this, then this is really strong for him. And I just get a bad position. So I played rook c1 because I wanted my knight to be defended. So I was kind of scared of that. Now he plays d5. Take. Bishop c4. And here's where the game kind of starts falling apart. He goes here. I went here. And this knight went in, and I took that, which this was wrong. I didn't realize how bad this actually was for me. Because now moves like bishop a6 are strong, and he's going to put a lot of pressure on this pawn. I played knight e2 out of desperation. e5, taking the whole center. f4, just as like a desperate plea. Rook a to d8. d3, and e4, which I honestly completely missed this. So we traded, and then I played f5. Just shooting for something. He takes here. I go here. King g8. Now knight f4. Yeah, I went for this not because I thought it was good. I know it's not good. I did this because it's like my best shot. And it's really like my least bad option. Knight to e5. Queen to d2. Queen c6. And I played e4. Like there's a lot of tricks behind it. So they took the pawn. If they taken here, I would have gone here or like here. Wait, no, this doesn't work. I would have gone here. And if you take that, you're getting mated. Why is it not like force mate? What is this? No, it's this. Okay. So that's why it's not force mate. And if you don't take it in the guard threat, then I'm gonna play this check and try and get something. Because now my knight's in. Maybe play myself rook f4, and this is kind of scary to play as black. Anyways, none of that happened because he took the pawn. And I went knight h5, attacking his queen, and it still got scary. He moved his queen here. I gave the check. He moved up, it's the only move. And I played queen c3, aiming for a bunch of ideas in this long diagonal. And almost immediately I realized he could just do this. So that didn't work out as well. I went for this, try and bring my rook over to the f-file. He took here, played g3, went here, grabbed the bishop, go here, check, here, f6, knight d2, rook here, king g2, knight g4, and I resigned because I'm gonna have to give up a rook to avoid getting mated. That's my first game, and this was painful, but not. My next game was just pain. Next game was a nightmare because I was winning. This game was all painful because I was completely winning and I knew it. We both fiend KO'd. Played d6, and I brought my knight out. He developed pieces and castled. Let's do 94, which I thought was interesting. I decided to just play queen c2. You have the trade-off. I decided to play this because I wanted them to take with the pawn more than anything. So when I do this, yeah, she has a bishop, but it sees empty sites. Like it sees an empty diagonal. Rook 88. A double up. F5. Knight to E1. With the idea of playing bishop F3. F4, which, yeah, this was wrong. And bishop F3. Bishop C8. I give a check. Steps over to H8. Knight to F3. Bishop F5. And queen C1. C5. Rook to E1 attacking the queen. Queen C7. To defend the pawn, once I play this, try and weaken my attack a bit. Bishop F6, Knight to E5, infiltrating even further. And G5. Knight C6 infiltrating. Rook to D6. And this, which was apparently wrong. And this, which I realized they had this as soon as I played it, and now, final mistake, rook to A8. Actually, no, not yet. I went here. And then I played rook to A8. So after this, my rook gets trapped. So I have to lose my rook. I was really hoping to go for this, because then I have this. And looks like I can do something. Oh, what did they do? This is how they win. But anyways, they just went here immediately, and now it's over. Give a check and play H3. Bishop to E5 and F3. Pawn falls. I grab one more pawn. Check. Bishop D4. H4. G4. Check. King H5. Check. Queen takes. Queen D8. Queen D3. King H1. Queen E1. King H2. Queen G1. And I resigned. Probably would have resigned a lot earlier if I wasn't like upset that I threw this. And that's how I lost another game. And I was upset. This was not a hard game. A lot of standard stuff. Knight C3, a little. Oh, apparently it's best move. It's what I call a little bit inaccurate because they're blocking the C pawn, but doesn't matter. I guess. Queen E8. And Rook E1, which is a blunder. It's this. Bishop to E2 and A6. I'm trying to swap them back. Nicely, and bishop F5 to get my pieces out. Queen C1, I guess, just get out of the way of the pin. Knight E4, Knight D5. Queen C5. Rook D1, Rook A8, and B4. This move caught me off guard a bit. Queen to A7. I take the pawn. Play knight to C3. Rook E2, take, and queen to B6, trapping the knight. King F1. I take the knight. Queen D2, Queen to E7. B3. Queen to H4, aiming for something. Not realizing it's just gonna be slapped away like this. Queen C4. The queens are traded off the board. He brings the other rook over. Check, king over. Grab the pawn, H3. Bishop to A4. Bishop to C7. Rook D7, bishop H2. Knight to E4. F3, knight C3. Rook B2. Rook to E8. F4, F5, and he resigned. So anyways, that was all 4 games, and I probably could have done better, but it's just the way things go sometimes.